nobody on this road that can save your soul. Almost lost control now. Tell me what you need in a friend and now. Pray that we endure to the end again. I'm just saying that I'm here for you. When the world turn against you, I'ma be with you. Got my sword in my hand, you can count on me. I won't run and hide, fight mightily.
Waiting on your house shot. See the Jacob, I'm the apple of my father's eye. I learned the truth for who I was and it made me cry. If I don't keep the laws of Yah, then I'm gonna die. Living curses, but I'm edifying in my verses. Prepare the hearses for the heathens who'll be steady learning.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Call all your how about Shema Mashiach, Gomalaki, Rashad. All praise to the Most High for another blessed, mighty day that He has given us to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. Greetings. All right, man, continue to strive for righteousness. Those of us who have been predestinated, Lord willing, according to the election of the faith, that we continue to strive for perfection in His truth, continue to be uplifted and guided to the spirit and power of Yahweh. Wanted to touch on something tonight, y'all. Wanted to touch on something tonight, family, in terms of a spirit that even I myself have to fight continuously. It's the spirit of being lukewarm. And you definitely don't want to be lukewarm in this truth. And that's something that we have to continually fight.
I don't know nobody on this road that can save your soul. Almost lost control now. Tell me what you need in a friend and now. Pray that we endure to the end again. I'm just saying that I'm here for you. When the world turn against you, I'ma be with you. Got my sword in my hand, you can count on me. I won't run and hide, fight mightily.
Waiting on your house shot. See the Jacob, I'm the apple of my father's eye. I learned the truth for who I was and it made me cry. If I don't keep the laws of Yah, then I'm gonna die. Living curses, but I'm edifying in my verses. Prepare the hearses for the heathens who'll be steady learning.
Khan. Shalom, family. Salaki about that. I'm not sure what happened. First and foremost, want to give all praise and glory and honor to the Most High God, Yahweh. We do so by Shema Mashiach, Womalak Yabushai, to the 12 tribes that scattered abroad. Greetings to those uplifting and upholding the faith in the good works. We thank the Most High for another blessed, mighty day. You know, it's something that I've been battling with, right? It's something, that spirit that's been going around, especially in this truth, man, the lukewarm spirit. Now, you don't want to be lukewarm in this truth. So tonight we're going to get into a lesson, Most High. It be edifying in terms of, you know, really trying to stay in the spirit, y'all. Really trying to be in a spirit of not giving up. You know, there's a lot of different things that we battle with, and you want to always try to keep the spirit to stay on fire, right? So it's the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 15, and it reads, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. Now, you don't want to get spewed out of the Most High's mouth. You don't want to get spewed out of this truth because you lukewarm in this thing, right? And I always liken this into, you know, I like Starbucks. I like matcha. I like my matcha hot. You know, when I go and I don't like it too hot, but I don't want it cold. I don't want it lukewarm. So in this truth, you want to be able to keep your fire going. You want to be able to keep your spirit going. And in the way to keep your spirit going and the way to stay on fire is to continue to examine yourself, right? So we're going to go through a couple precepts tonight through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Let's get Revelations 2 and 4 through 5. And I actually want this in the GNT. Y'all bear with me. So bam. And this was a message to the church in Ephesus, right? This is a message to the church in Ephesus. And it reads, Revelations chapter 2, verses 4 through 5. But this is what I have against you. You do not love me now as you did at first. Think about that. You do not love me now as you did at first. Think how far you have fallen. Turn from your sins and do what you did at first. If you don't turn from your sins, I will come and take you and take your lampstand from its place. But this is what you have to do, Baslaki. But this is what you have in your favor. You hate you hate what the Nicolaitans do as much as I do. So the point is, right? The Most High has something against you. Because when you first came into this truth, you was 10 toes down. When you first came into this truth, you know, there was nothing that you could do to not be on fire. You was reading more, you was studying, you was examining yourself daily to see what things that you could do to uphold it to the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But now, the longer that you're in the truth, sometimes this becomes just like a routine thing. It's like, okay, I'm in the truth, it's good, but you know, I'm kind of going through the motion. So you don't want to be in that spirit where you just literally continuously going through the motions while you're in this truth. You want to be in a spirit where you're challenging, you're examining yourself, right? Where you liken it to a relationship. You know, when you get into a relationship, you damn head over heels in love. You know, you calling that person, you damn taking them on dates, you're working out, you're doing all these different type of things to keep yourself in a condition where the person who you're in that relationship with is going to be able to receive your efforts. They're going to feel love. But after a certain time goes on, those things that you did to get old girl, to get your sweet wife, and sisters, the things that you did to get your husband, you start kind of dwindling away. It's like, dang, you don't take me out on dates no more. She might be like, hey, you don't open up the door no more for me. You know, you don't whisper sweet nothings in my ear anymore. As the dispensation of time goes on, you start to fall away from the things that you had did when you first got in that relationship. You forgot how special that bond was. You know, how that feeling was of love. And this is what the Most High God is going into, saying, look, don't forget how far you've fallen. Don't forget how when you first heard this knowledge that you was an Israelite, right? You were striving for righteousness. You heard about the commandments. You couldn't wait to get you some fringes. You couldn't wait to go get your Bible. You couldn't wait to blow the dust off of that Bible that you had for years. You couldn't wait to get you an Apocrypha. And you read constantly. You watched thousands of videos, right? But then after a certain dispensation of time, your fire starts dwindling down. Your flame is not as high. So this is what the precept is going into in terms of that. Let's move on. Let's get Ecclesiastes, or the book of Sirach, chapter 5, and we're gonna go 4 through 6. Yep, I want 4 through 6. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 5, verse 4 through 6. Say not, I have sinned, and what harm hath happened unto me? For the Lord is long suffering. He will no wise let thee go. Concerning propitiation, be not without fear to add sin unto sin. And say not, his mercy is great. He will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. For mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation resteth upon sinners. All right, brother, why are you going here? What does this have to do with me being lukewarm? A lot, because at the end of the day, you get into this sort of rhythm. You follow what I'm saying? A rhythm of slothful, right? You may get into a rhythm of half-assing it, as they say. You know, you're not putting in your full effort. You're not giving, how it says in that Deuteronomy 6 and 5, I believe, you're not giving your whole heart. You're not giving your whole soul, your whole efforts, right? And then little by little, you begin to add sin onto sin, right? Now, these don't have to be, you know, big situations. You may think, well, you know, you're saying I'm adding sin on the sin. Well, I'm just not reading as much. How is that adding sin on the sin? Well, because you're starting to get into bad habits. That's a bad habit, not reading like you used to do. I'm fighting that bad habit right now. You know, I'm trying to get back up to, man, read 10 chapters a day, right? A fast 2-3 times, fast at least 2 times a week. You know, I'm trying to get back into that cadence, that repetition, like when I came into this truth, right? Not being complacent, you know, and these different exercises you have to go through in your mind, and you It's real problematic because the mind is so deceitfully wicked, who can know it, like the scriptures say. So your mind will actually trick you into thinking that you're not lukewarm. That's a demon. That's a wicked spirit that's vexing you, that has you lying to your own self. You know your works, right? Know that not your own self. Do you not know your own? You know your works. You know, it's kind of like if you a hooper, right? Man, you used to put up 50. You used to put up 20 every game. You put up 20 every game. You had 10 rebounds. You had 5 assists. Now you don't even shoot free throws no more. You know, you going through the motions. Now you don't box out no more. Hey, the shot goes up. You don't box out no more, so you don't get those rebounds anymore. Think liking these similitudes to the truth. Hey, I'm not reading how I was when I came into this thing. When I first came into this thing, when I opened up my Bible, I couldn't stop reading. Now I don't have that same fire. Knowledge increases, but sometimes when knowledge increases, you get puffed up a little bit. You're like, you know what? I know such and such. I know a couple breakdowns now. You lose that hunger. And that's what we praying for, man, by Shema Mashiach, woman like O.F.I, that he give us back that fire. But you got to do your part. He said, come sup with him. That supping with him, you got to pick up that book and open that Bible, right? You got to put down that food. You got to fast, right? You got to examine yourself. You follow what I'm saying? The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, y'all. The spirit is willing, the flesh is weak. My spirit want to study all day, but then I'm in this sinful flesh, and I let this flesh get puffed up, and I got to crucify it daily. You got to chop it back down. You got to chop that flesh back down. You can't let the flesh get the best of you, right? You cannot let your flesh get the best of you, right? Let's move on. Let's get Proverbs 15:3. It's the book of Proverbs 15, chapter 15, verse 3. The eyes of Yahweh are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. You can't escape it. There's nothing you can do to escape the Most High. The Most High sees not only in the outward, but the Most High sees your heart. He knows the thoughts of your mind, right? He knows your intent. You can't hide anything from the Most High. The Most High knows when you're doing something in sincerity and when you're doing it for vain glory. That's another thing in this truth you got to watch for. What spirit are you doing things for? Are you doing it for likes? Are you doing it to get a second wife? Are you doing it to be looked or esteemed as somebody who's something? What spirit are you moving in? That's another thing you got to examine yourself daily. Constantly, you should be asking yourself, am I moving in the right spirit? Right? How can I prove that I'm moving in the right spirit? Am I diligently attempting every day to wax mightier and mightier and mightier in this truth by Shema Mashiach, woman like O.F.I? Or is every day am I waxing weaker and weaker and weaker? Am I increasing in well-doing, or am I increasing in wickedness? These things you got to ask yourself, right? And you got to pray to the Most High that He gives you that discernment and that He gives you that honest spirit to assess your own self. You know, let's get this James 1:22. Get the classic. The book of James, chapter 1:22. Another way to stay on fire is to be a doer of the word. Challenge yourself. All right, you know what? How many commandments can I keep today? Consciously. All right, you know what? I noticed I've been slothful. Let me actively practice on not being slothful. Okay, what does that look like? All right, well, I'm noticing that like in my particular profession, I spend a lot of time on the computer. A lot of time, sometimes, man, 8 to 10 hours a day, I'm on the computer damn coding, right? But I'm noticing that the more that I get into my work, the more that I'm getting off of doing the work. So you got to even challenge yourself. Slothfulness doesn't just mean that you're not doing anything, right? You could be over-occupied in a particular task that in your mind you think that you're doing something because you're occupied in that particular task. But that particular task might not be profitable to you in the ministry. So you got to have that balance. So slothfulness doesn't always go into you just damn sitting on your hands all day or just playing a video game, right? I've been slothful in my works because I've been dedicating too much time over here and not offsetting more time over here, you know? So be ye doers of the word. Don't be a hypocrite. You know, my daughter told me something that cut me one day. Right? She told me a lot of things that cut me one day, but you know, it's kind of like your children, they'll call you out on things. They'll straight call you out on things. And you can't be mad. You know, in order to not be slothful and in order not to be lukewarm too, it's also going to depend about who's around you. You follow what I'm saying? If you're around brothers and sisters, your wife, your congregation, your children, where they have that spirit resting on them, they're going to encourage you through their walk, right? To get out of the damn slump. You know? Hey, my wife can encourage me. And look, I'm like, you ain't about to outread me, sister. But it's not in a competition spirit on the left-hand side, Lord forbid, but it's on like, look, I'm getting turned up in the spirit because I remember when I was turned up in the spirit. Slacky. When I was turned up in the spirit. So we're trying to surpass our previous work, right? You know, you want to have that, what have you done for me lately spirit? Where it's like, look, in the sense of what have you done for Yahweh lately? That's the spirit you want to stay in. Your past works, we so far behind that your past works, not saying they don't matter, but hey man, you got so many more works to do in order to just even be able to almost sound like you were. To almost, which we know we never get to the point where you should never get to the point where you feel like you've already done enough, right? If that's the case, you already did enough, you would already be in the kingdom. But the kingdom ain't here yet. So that means we have more work that we have to do, right? But stay encouraged, you know? Look at this next precept. We get Matthew 15 and 8. And this is the classic too. This people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth and honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. That heart being the mind in this sense. When your mind is far from the Most High, it's like you're saying this, you're giving lip service, but your actual intentions are way over here. You have no intention on, you know, challenging yourself to keep the commandments. You have no intentions on righteous servitude. You have no intentions on repenting. You have no intentions on calling yourself out on your own bullshit. Straight up and down, Salakia for the language. You know, hey, we are some of the most crafty people when it comes to lying to ourselves, right? But we got to know that these things, you cannot overcome something that you're afraid of. If you're afraid to face the truth, you're never going to overcome or attain the truth because you're afraid of it. You're afraid to look at yourself in the mirror and say, look, I haven't been living up to my expectation. I haven't been, Lord, for sure I haven't been living up to the expectations of the Most High. How can I become better? How can I be a better father? First of all, how can I be a better child of the Most High? How can I be a better husband? How can I be a better father? How can I be a better brother? How can I be a better son, right? Hey, how can I give more alms, right? How can I better allocate my time to the ministry? These are things that will help you regain your fire because it all starts with organizing your priorities. And this is how we can honor the Most High by more than just our lips. Hey, praise is amazing. Praise Him, right? But also praise Him with your works. And in order to praise Him with your works, you have to actually work. You actually have to do something. You know, when you think about in the professional fields, right? Like if you're going to a job, you have to be accountable for that time. That's why you have to clock in. You punch your time clock. because there's orders that things have to be set in, right? You can't expect to get paid, but you didn't put in the work. You can't expect to be on the clock, but you didn't punch in the clock. You can't expect to be not held accountable for the duties of your position. So if we think about all of these things through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we can start honoring the Most High God with our minds by including him in all of our thoughts. Challenge yourself to consciously try to be aware of every thought that you have. Think about that. Be like, look, you know what? Okay. Literally place a storage. I want to get this quick preset. Right? To place a storage over your mind. The book of Sirach. I'm gonna get this on I'll get it in the KJV. Okay, I get it in GNT is here. Sirach 23:2. I wish I could be whipped for my thoughts. Think about that. I wish I could be whipped for my thoughts. Like, I wish I could be whipped for my thoughts, so that wisdom could discipline my mind. You got to think the beginning of being wise is fearing the Most High. So wisdom could discipline my mind, because right now our minds are so tied up sometimes in the cares of the world, so tied up in the tasks right in front of us of today. You got to pay your bills, you got to go to work, you got to take care of your children, trying to have a little pleasure, trying to do this, trying to have hobbies. It's a lot, right? But discipline, if discipline could whip your mind into shape, I would not want to be spared when I am wrong. I would not want a single sin to be overlooked. That's how you got to be. We got to be in the spirit where we don't want no shortcut. Where we're so zealous for righteousness that we don't want to fall short in any type of way. And when you fall short, you got to learn how to get back up, though, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, and try harder. Try again. Don't have a pity party. See, a lot of y'all have pity parties. Y'all sit there and y'all say, woe is me. No, I went off. Just the end. Now you got to wipe yourself off. You got to dust yourself off. You got to get back up and say, my shim on my shack, come like Yahweh, give me the strength to overcome. And you got to strive and strive and strive and strive and strive. Right? Hey, woe to the faint heart and feeble knees. Let me get this precept real quick. It says, the book of Isaiah, chapter 35:3. Strengthen ye the weak hands and confirm the feeble knees. Say to them that are fearful, that are of a fearful heart, be strong. Fear not. Behold, your God will come with vengeance, even God with a recompense, who will come and save you. You got to believe that. But you got to put in work in order to get that salvation. Yes, it is a work-based salvation. We're not taking away from the grace. We're not taking away from the mercy of the Most High God. We know there's predestination, but those who are predestinated are going to put in that work. You got to challenge yourself in this truth. The only way you're going to make the kingdom is by diligently challenging yourself, right? Strengthening up. You got to think, if you got feeble knees, you can't carry weight. You can't carry a burden with feeble knees. Why you think when they say when you pick up something, don't strain your back, pick it up with your legs, pick it up from your knees, from your core. If you got feeble knees, you can't carry weight. And this truth has a lot of weight. It's a lot of weighty matters in this truth, man. It's a lot of so-called stresses, right? It's a lot of hardships. It's a lot of counsels that's needed to happen. And you might be the counselor, you might be the one giving counsel. It's a lot of heavy things that go on in this truth, right? A lot of people who are going to despise you, turn their back on you, talk bad about you, speak evil on your name, right? Say you just in some damn cult. But these things you got to strengthen your hands. And you got to think, in order to strengthen your hands, you got to put in that work. I always think about those little hand things, like it's like a little hand grip. Like, you want stronger hands, you gotta, do the little I don't know what they call it. Let me get a picture of it right quick. It's called hand grip for strengthening. These little things right here. Now you gotta put these in your hand, and you actually gotta work them out. To strengthen your hand. Now we know that this is on a physical level, right? When we go into this Isaiah 35:3, we know this is more going on into, strengthening your hands in terms of being able to have a spiritual foundation, for lack of a better word, right? To be strong in this truth, to be sure. A lot of times strength goes into surety, of being confident, right? Get this next precept. Let's get 2 Corinthians 13:5 in the GNT. Like, the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 13, and verse 5. Like this, an ad or something? Hold on 1 second, bear with me, y'all. Bam. 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5 in the GNT. Put yourselves to the test and judge yourselves to find out whether you are living in faith. Surely you know that Christ Hamashiach Yahushua is in you, unless you have completely failed. This is something to fight that lukewarm spirit. You don't want to completely fail. You completely fails, it's over. The point is, you got to put yourself to the test. Are you living up to the expectations of being in this truth? Are you living up to the expectations of a Mashiach woman like Yahushua? If Yahweh sent Yahushua to crack that sky tonight, would you really make it? I'm gonna say I don't think I would. I don't think that my righteousness has been at a level that I deserve the kingdom. And that's just being honest. Now, Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on me. But if I'm really honest and I say, okay, have I gone 1,000% every day? I haven't. Have I gone 500% every day? I haven't. Have I gone 100% every day? I haven't. And that's a problem. That's scary. Well, what am I going to do about it through the Spirit and power of Yahweh? Am I just going to keep doing Manna Mondays and say that's enough? It's not enough. This truth it has to be a constant elevation. Every day you should be challenging yourself. Cutting this off the old man. Tipping that off the old block. Right? Chiseling away at your sinful nature. It's like chiseling away at it, right? Every single day, you should be putting in more and more work for the Spirit and power of Yahweh. Let's get this next precept. Like it. Get this next precept. Let's get what I want. Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. 13. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, and verse 11. I'm going to read. When the sentence for a crime is not quickly carried out, people's hearts are filled with schemes to do wrong. You want to really reflect on that, man. Just because the Most High God has not come and gotten up with you yet, don't think in your mind that you can keep doing wicked. You can keep cutting corners, right? Although a wicked person who commits 100 crimes may live a long time, I know that it will go better with those who fear Yahweh, who are reverent before Him. And that's how we want to be in order to keep that fire. You want to show the Most High reverence. You know, when you revere something, that also goes into fearing it. And I hear people say oftentimes like, yeah, God don't want you to fear him. You fool. Most I definitely want you to fear him. What type of God wants you to serve him through fear? Our God. Why wouldn't you fear the Most High? Because see, when you fear something, you respect it. You know, you don't go, if you got a fear of snakes, you're not sticking your hand in that boa constrictor cage because you fear it, but you also respect what it can do to you. So fear comes with a certain level of respect. And when you respect something, right, your interactions or expectations of how you deal with it are on a heightened level. You know, when you don't respect something, it's on the contrary. You definitely don't fear it, and you definitely don't place any type of conditions around how you engage or interact with it. You know, which leads to disrespect. The dis being the lack of respect. Right? You seldomly disrespect things or people that you fear, because you know there's a certain consequence that comes if your actions aren't aligned with something that is pleasing to them, right? Even if that's just staying away. So, you know, we definitely don't want to have that lukewarm spirit because we lack fear, you know? And we say that we fear the Most High, but do we really show it in our actions on a day-to-day basis? And you might be somebody who say, hey, Brother Nehemiah, you know what, Nakamaya, I'm already there. Well, kudos to you, brother, sister, but I don't think you are. None of us have obtained the level of mastery in this truth like the O.F.I. So we're constantly crucifying our flesh daily. You constantly have wicked thoughts that are trying to overthrow you. You constantly have situations and scenarios that want you to bow down, right? So these things we got to keep in the forefront of our mind. Keep this next precept. Let's get Matthew 21 and 19. The book of Matthew, chapter 21 and 19. And when he saw a fig tree in the way, he came to it and found nothing thereon but leaves only, and said to it, let no fruit grow on thee henceforth forever. And presently the fig tree withered away. And we don't want to be found with no fruits, with nothing on it, right? We want to be trees of righteousness. So when the Mashiach woman like Yahushai and the son back, we can be found with fruit. We can be found with righteous works. You know, a tree takes a lot. It takes a lot for a tree to bear and produce fruit. You got to think of from the first flower or bud, right, to that bud flowering, and then that flowers beginning to form the outer shell of the fruit, and then it begins to grow bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, right? It takes a lot for a tree to produce fruit. So it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of the right conditions for you to bear fruit. You know, it's not something that just happens overnight. So a big part of not being lukewarm as well as staying encouraged. I encourage our brothers and sisters to stay encouraged in this truth. Now, don't let the sins weigh you down. Don't think that it's over until it's over, right? Don't think that it's over until it's over. Now, we don't have time to be taking breaks. And like I said, I'm speaking to myself. We don't have time to be taking breaks. It's fourth quarter in inches, right? Let's get the book of Psalms. Matter of fact, first let me get this Matthew 7 and 20. We're talking about fruit. Wherefore by your fruits ye shall know them. So you want to be known by your fruits, right? What type of fruit? What manner of tree are you? Are you a rotten tree, producing rotten fruit, right? Are you producing sin, wickedness? Are you producing doubt, unfaithfulness? What are your fruits that you produce? Are you pruning or trimming your tree? Are you pruning the branch? Are you cutting off branches that aren't producing fruit in your life and casting them out into the proverbial fire? You know, sometimes you got to cut things off. You got to cut things off. There might be certain people in your life that's causing you to or influencing you on the left-hand side that have wicked works, and you got to cut them off. It might be a branch on your tree. You got to cut that branch off. You might have parts of your personality that aren't conducive to righteousness. You got to cut them off. You know, a lot of things you have to examine yourself in order to stay on fire. You have to examine yourself in order to stay on fire, right? Like, let's get Luke 9 and 52. A big part of staying on fire is removing doubt. If you have doubt in your mind, whether you should be in this truth or not, you already not on fire. You lukewarm. You lukewarm, huh? If you're doubting if Yahushua is really going to return or not, you lukewarm. You cold. You cold. You know, so a big part of staying on fire is removing doubt. Straight up and down. You got to remove doubt, right? In Luke 9 and 62, and Yahushua said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of God. It's always this precept, I always like to couple it with remember Lot's wife. Remember Lot's wife. She looked back. She missed the things and wickedness that was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah. She looked back. You don't want to be looking back. You know, I know a couple of brothers that was in the truth and they was in the body and they looked back and they started to doubt if they really should be in this thing. And contaminate something small by small, little by little, mighty brothers started waxing weaker and weaker. And now the brothers are back in the world. You know? They know they Israel at one point in time. Keeping the commandments, keeping the Shabbat, fringes on their shirt. You know, keeping the feast days, striving for righteousness. But look back and saw what was back in the world. And their fire and their spirit started, I'm led to believe, to desire and miss the things of the world. And you can't serve two masters. The more that you go back that way, the dimmer your fire grows. And the easier it is for it to be put out. So you cannot, if you start, you in this truth, you got to keep pressing forward by any means necessary in righteousness. It's like it. You got to keep pressing forward. I'm going to get this. Genesis 19 and 26. Book of Genesis, chapter 19, verses 26 through 27. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. She put her hand to the plow. She had been delivered. But she looked back. She missed what was back there. She missed the wickedness. It say, hey, Lot, let me get this precept. Lot was vexed with the conversation of the wicked. Right? It's the book of 2 Peter, chapter 2, verses 7 through 8. And delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. For that righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing, vex his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. You gotta be vexed with unlawful deeds, even unlawful deeds that you commit yourself. But see, Lot's wife, she wasn't vexed by them unlawful deeds. She missed it. So she looked back. And she got her just due punishment. She got a reward, right? She was destroyed. So Salaki. Man, let's get Revelations 11 today. Book of Revelation, chapter 11 and 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was, Yahweh was crucified, right? And we know that goes into the body of believers. And we've still being crucified. Aren't we the body of Yahweh, right? Here in America, right? Sodom and Egypt, spiritually called that place. You don't want to get caught up in the spiritual wickedness of this place that we live in. That's another way to get sifted out and to become lukewarm. It's like it. Getting caught up in what's going on right now in America. Or whatever land you in. You might be in the UK, wicked. You might be down in South America, wherever you are, getting caught up in the ways of the world, the culture, the humor, you know what I'm saying? Their pride, boastful ways, everything that's contrary to righteousness. You know? Let's move on. Let's get Proverbs 20 and 25. When I first heard this precept, I understood more than I could explain. I couldn't break it down, right? I didn't understand the weight of this. It is a snare, right? A snare is a trap to a man who devours that which is holy and afterward vows to make increase. It's going into, you came into this truth. You devoured the truth. You ate the whole roll. You tasted this sweet thing, right? But then you start to question, is it the man really supposed to be in this truth? Hey, I'm not wasting my time. These prophecies really unfold in this. Do most I really care about wearing fringes every day? Really care about keeping the new moon? You know what? The nation's not really that bad. You start to do things in the question when you came into this truth, you said it was holy, and you ate that whole roll. You tasted the promises. You tasted the sweet understanding of knowledge and wisdom. You tasted the fear of the Most High. But then afterwards, you started to question. And then you begin to wax weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker until you're out of this thing. That's what this precept is going into. Trap. It's a trap to declare something holy and righteous. And then once you taste of that thing, you start questioning it. Because you don't want to adhere to the standard. You don't want to really put in the work. You don't really want to be 10 toes down in the truth. So you make vain excuses. And those excuses come by reason of doubt. Say curiosity killed the cat. You don't want to go back that way, man. You don't want to do it. This is a lesson to exhort brothers, sisters, stay on fire. Do all you gotta do to make your calling and your election sure. Let's get that. For if you do these things, you shall never fail. If you do these things, right, you shall never fail. 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 10. Verse 10, Colossians reads, therefore, my brothers and sisters, make every effort to confirm your calling and election. For if you do these things, you will never stumble. I want to get this too. And we got the AMP. I want to get this in the AMP. Bear with me. It says 2 Peter 1 and 10 in the AMPC. Because of this, brethren, be all the more solicitous and eager to make sure, to ratify, to strengthen, to make steadfast your calling and election. For if you do this, you will never stumble or fall. So that's plainly going into saying, look, Do all you can do. You got to think, when you hear the word ratify, it normally goes into a judicial way of like making a treaty active or to put something into. Let me see the exact definition of ratify. See if I can get do this. Ratify that. Sign or give formal consent. Look, a treaty, a contract, an agreement, making it officially valid. You want to ratify your position in this treaty to make it officially valid through your work, through your meditation, through your examination, right? And through proclaiming. You know, in the world, they have something called affirmations, right? You want to affirm and proclaim and keep them in your mind. Hey, Lord, today I'm overcoming slothfulness. Today I'm overcoming doubt. Fulfill my faith. Today I'm overcoming frustration. You know, all of these different spirits that'll hop on you and to try to sift you out the truth, right? It's lucky. With this next precept. Let's go into Isaiah 43 and 18. This is a mighty precept as well. And this goes into stand on fire by not focusing so much on the past. Isaiah 43 and 18. Remember ye not the former things, neither consider the things of old. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. Now think about this. The Most High, this is the company he's telling you. Ain't no matter what you've been through in the past, and he's doing a new thing now. You can be renewed through the Spirit. That old man, that old woman, you don't have to be them anymore. And put on your new white garment. Try not to get stains on your garment. Like you got a fresh fit on and you eating something with sauce on it. You try not to get no stains on your garment. You want your garments to always be white. Desert and dry places. Think about that. The Most High is going to make rivers in the desert. You know, when there's a desert, this is basically saying he's going to do the things he's going to do the impossible. And the valley of dry bones. With that river, that water, that nourishment through the word is going to nourish us back up. Nourish us back to health. These things are for your comfort. This is a lesson of a reminder to you. In case you forgot, a reminder to me. In case we forgot how close we are by Shema Mashiach, woman like Yahushua, Lord willing, for that salvation that we've been seeking. Right? Don't get tricked out of your spot. All right? Don't get tricked out of your spot. Let's get, I'm going to get this 1 Kings 18 and 21. This 1 Kings 18 and 21. 1 Kings 18 and verse 21 and read. And Elijah came unto all the people and said, how long are you between two opinions? If the Lord Yahweh be God, follow him. But if Baal, then follow him. And the people answered him not a word. Got to think. Elijah telling them to make a decision. How long are you going to be lukewarm? How long are you going to be stuck in limbo? Hey man, do I want to get the Most High all my effort? Or you know what? Do today, but tomorrow, I don't know. You know what? I have to keep the Sabbath. Or, you know, you got to weigh it in the balance. And Lord willing, the side of righteousness outweighs your wickedness. It's time to make a decision for us all. We got to make the decision and the right decision and serve a Mashiach, like it. Serve Yahweh through Yahweh Shai, right? Let's get this, about to wrap it up. A couple more precepts, Lord willing. Let's get Romans 12 and 11. Because one thing is, like I said, I fight this a lot. The spirit of slothfulness, right? Romans 12 and 11. Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord. So you don't want to be slothful in this business of the Most High. It's kingdom business, y'all. Putting in that work today. Putting in that work. We got so many transgressions that we need to blot out. You know, it's impossible to even perceive the number. You can't even imagine how many times you've gone off of your life. And that's why it's important for us not to be slothful in this truth, right? We got a target on our back, y'all. And I'm not talking about from the so-called white man. I'm not talking about from the other nations right now. You got a target on your back by the spiritual demon Satan, who wants to sift you like wheat. He doesn't want you to make it. The accuser who wants to accuse you, right? But we got Yahweh Shai as our attorney. We got the precepts as the laws to substantiate our word. So with that, I want to give all praises, glory, and diligence to the Most High God, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and another Man of Mondays. May the Most High continue to increase brothers and sisters in His truth, and we continue to abound greater and greater through the mercy and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Om Yeshua. Shalom.